Hello everyone. You know, for a long time, I've always wanted to share my stories. I've always been fascinated with storytelling since I was very young. So after a very long time, I asked myself, why can't I use social media as a way to tell my story, to tell about Norway, and I hope my storytelling can be something that someone can learn something from. It can be a teaching tool. So let me first of all say, for those who don't know, I'm Kenyan and I live in Norway. So most people always ask me how I ended up in Norway, and I thought that would be an interesting topic to start with. It's interesting. I used to work at the airport, right? And I can give a very short and shallow version, which is boy meets girl. They date, they end up together, and the rest is history, right? That's the very short version of it. But the very deep meaning of it, of the reason, the very deep reason why I ended up in Norway was boldness. And then you can ask yourself, what is boldness? That's the willingness to take a risk. And I remember after 2 years of staying in Kenya, I was so scared of coming to Norway. And I said, no, I'm not going to live in Kenya. So one day, from nowhere, I said, I'm going to give Norway a chance. And so we decided I was going to give Norway a chance. And without thinking, I resigned my job. I didn't have a plan B except coming to Norway. I did not Google about Norway. I did not know about the weather. I did not know about the culture. I did not know anything. And I did not want to read about Norway on just in case I didn't like what I was reading. And I knew I'm a very critical person. I can go over and over something. When it comes to decision making, I'm really, really bad at it. So I decided for me to be able to come to Norway, I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm just going to resign my job. A month after, I locked my house and I ended up in Norway. So what am I trying to say? If you really, really want something, sometimes you've got to follow your instincts and your sixth sense and just do it. Sometimes you don't have to consult people. Sometimes we just have to do it. Sometimes we plan too much. We spend the whole time planning instead of enjoying being there or trying to discover when you're already there. And the worst thing is I didn't even tell my parents I was coming to Norway. My mom kind of knew, but my dad didn't even know. My dad knew when I was already on the plane. When I was actually, I think I was on the flight. I had just boarded the flight. And then I told my mom, once the flight has taken off, call my dad, tell him I've gone to Norway and I've moved. I didn't want anyone to start telling me, oh, why are you going to Norway? Or what are you going to do there? I didn't want anybody to question me. But at the same time, I always say I'm a very fearless person. I'm very adventurous. And at the same time, a lot has happened in Norway. And I don't regret the decision. I can never say that I feel bad that sometimes bad things have happened to me in Norway or things didn't go as I expected. If I was to do it again, I would do it all over again. So my story is, if you really, really want to do something, go for it. Don't be afraid. Take the risk. Just don't worry about what tomorrow is going to be like, because if you worry about tomorrow, then you're already living in fear. If you're already anxious about what is tomorrow going to be like, if you start thinking about yesterday, what you didn't do, or things that have happened in the past, then you're living in the past, and that's not a good thing. The good thing about our brain is that it's all in here. Our brain is the master of us. So be bold enough and to do exactly what you've been fearing to do. So what is that one thing that you've always wanted to do, but you're so afraid because you're afraid to go to that uncomfortable place? The fear of the unknown. Don't be afraid. Things fall into place. That's what life is all about. Things fall into place. You'll be shocked how good things become sometimes when we don't really think much about them, when we don't plan, when we just go for it. But of course, not everybody is like that. Some people like to plan, want to have a plan. They know 10 years from now what they want. Fortunately, I'm not like that. So be bold enough to take that leap of faith and do something you have always wanted to do, or you have always been afraid of doing. So I will talk about something else next time, and it's about something called jantelov in Norway. And that's when you will understand why the Norwegians, in a way, behave the way they behave. It's going to be interesting. So you have to follow me. You have to click on that notification, like and comment, and let me know what else you want me to talk about. Bye. Hada.